Hey everybody, welcome back to the CPR Garage channel. On this episode, I'm trading my mint 2012 low mile Gasser Super Duty for this old body style 97 F250. Why? Oh, I'm such an idiot. Well, we're gonna tell you why. And this thing's actually pretty dang mint. Here we are in my 97 F250 HD pickup, and it is a 460 truck. I neglected to say that in the intro, but yeah, you know, big block Ford things, of course. We just dropped the camper off at the storage, and we're gonna go show you why it is that we got rid of my mint Super Duty and got this old boy. Okay, so this is why. New neighbors are already gonna think I'm crazy. Look at that thing. It is grandpa fresh. We're the proud new owners of 1.5 acres of the finest Montana field grass, sagebrush, and cactus. So that's why I got rid of my Super Duty, because I basically sold it, paid off the loan, and paid cash for this truck. Now, there's a couple other things that are going too. The wife's Mustang, New Edge Mustang, is going, and we also have our camper for sale right now. So thinning out the fleet a little bit for some better things. So we are going to build a house, a shop house, barn dominium. What else do you call them? Pole barn? Anyway, what I'm saying is we're building a house out here. So we got to thin it out a little bit. So thank you all you guys for watching this. If you like Ford trucks, definitely think about subscribing. Most of you guys are not subscribed. Doesn't cost you anything, helps grow the channel. Trying to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So help us out with that, we really appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know what you would do with this thing. Hop up the 460, diesel swap, Cummins, 24 valve, 12 valve, those would be pretty cool. Godzilla swap. Yeah, let me know in the comments, you know, as long as it's not a filthy, stinking welfare GM engine. Anyway, here's the video. This is Big Red, my 97 F250 HD old body style. And if you have this going on, I think this side's okay. Yeah, super easy to fix. So what happens is there's plastic bushings that go in here. They get all cracked up and fall out. There's two pieces. This is what you need, I think anyway. It's a Dorman 38641 tailgate hinge insert kit. I tried finding some from the junkyard, but yeah, they were all cooked as well. So what we're going to do is, normally you have to tilt this to a certain angle to get it off because this one is slotted, and then it just pulls off the other side. So we need to undo the straps, and this is going to be hard to film, Bryce, because I need your help.
With what?
I need you to do that on the other side.
Oh, okay.
So when the tailgate's at about a 45-degree angle, here.
Okay, yeah.
You got to pull that tab back. Okay. Now the tailgate will just lift off. But I need your help with that. Okay, I'm lifting my side. Now your side just pulls out towards me.
Okay.
There we go. Now we need somewhere safe to set. That one's in pretty good shape. We'll put some looby-dooby on there too. we'll go ahead and change it since we're in there. But you can see this side had nothing. Oh. And that looks a little bit tacoed also. You might have to do that a little massage with the hammer. Because this is the piece that goes in the tailgate. And that's what your tailgate like pivots on.
Oh, is that why it was so hard to open?
No.
Oh.
That needs to get kind of beat back into shape a little bit. Okay, I kind of massaged that cup back into shape. She's still a little loose right there, but the little clips on the back, they don't fit that, and I don't remember the Ford ones having that. So anyway, I nipped them off. That'll stay in because it can't fall out the bottom. You just got to make sure it doesn't fall out this way, and then you got to have this at the right angle, and it slips right over that after you stab the other side in, and she's good to go. Now she's mint. Here. Oh yeah, you gonna wiggle it? Nice. Could use a little more tweaking, but I didn't want to bend that outer skin by prying against it. So sweet, we'll lube up the latches. She'll be like brand new. Then we got to throw in that Kurt trailer hitch. Okay, here is the fabricated Facebook bumper that I got from Facebook Marketplace. Don't remember the place. I'll try to look it up and throw it in the description. No more pawpaw bumper. This is what we're looking at. So my trailer plug is gonna go right in there where one of the tag lights went. So I got that all marked out. Still have to mark the holes to drill for my 7 pole, which is what my camper and my flatbed take. And then ignore the outer sloppier line. That was just a rough guess. These are actually measured and put in with these templates that came with the LED lights that I'm gonna throw in there. They're gonna be like a super bright backup light, and then I'll still have one tag light there. I'll throw an LED in it so it's really bright. But let's plasma cut this junk. Okay, there's everything mocked up. The tag light just snaps in there. Already mocked that up, not gonna worry about that. The plate bolts just go through. Test fit that with the plug, the trailer plug, so we are looking all good. I just plasma cut these holes. They're a little rough, but we're not gonna worry about that. They'll be all covered up by this little guy. These are just some Traveler LED lights that I got at Tractor Supply. They were like 40 bucks. Pretty decent. Came with some nifty templates and stuff. So we're gonna grind any little boogers or snags out of the weld, clean this up, prep it. We're gonna spray the inside of it with primer and bed liner. We're gonna spray the outside with primer and hammer tone silver. So here we go. Okay, I just gotta show you how old man fresh that is. Pawpaw bumper already deleted with the sketchy hitch that's only good for little trailers. Big old Mr. Pickup drop bumper, chrome is what it was. But look how mint this is. This is the spare, and it's the original. Look at that. I don't think that's ever been used. You know how I know it's the original? See that little green sticker? That's the little sticker you peel off when you are PDIing a vehicle at the dealership. That's pre-delivery inspection. When you check the air pressure on that. I know that because I used to do that. Okay, big red old body style Ford. Here's a good indicator that you have what they call in the business a problem. When you take out the fill plug and it looks like you took out the drain plug, yeah, you got a problem. And no, I don't think somebody can overfill it that much. I know better because I've done these before. What happens is the intermediate seal right in there leaks, and it allows fluid to pump into the transfer case from the transmission. So it's kind of like an internal bleed. There's your old body style Ford tip for today. We'll bring you back when we got that transfer case off. Oh, that's terrible. I apologize. Okay. New seals installed. Surfaces have been fastidiously cleaned and finger painted with some black silicone. Now this is a better seal. The only downside is if I have to pull this off again, it's going to be glued on there. So it'll take a little bit more prying and wiggling to break the seal, but we're going to get it on there. Use some thread locker on the bolts. If you're not using the gel thread locker, get your life right. This is what you need. Bring you back when we got it on there. Okay, why is the dash all tore apart on the OBS truck? Well, a couple things. We had some burnt out bulbs in the instrument cluster and it was all dusty in there, so good chance to clean that out. Also, wiring up this guy, which is an Innovate LC2 wideband air fuel ratio gauge. So had to snake the wire up here. Also had to tap into the headlight switch so that the gauge will dim when the lights come on. Why are we doing that? Well, we're going to do some tuning on this truck and try to correct some factory flaws, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so we've got her turned on, so let's give her a test. Going to pull the headlight wire. Boom. See how she dims? Not super noticeable, but... Okay, real quick while coolant is draining, and we're doing a flush because that mud water is what came out, which also gives me concern that this oil cooler is already cooked. So we're deleting on that. That engine right there, bearings were all ruined and stuff, and it was fully milkshaked, and it could have been because of the dang cooler. I tried showing you this under the truck, but it was too dark and it didn't work. So on these EFI 460s, you have an engine oil cooler that is oil to water. There is a tube and bundle cooler in here, apparently made by Long Oil Coolers for Ford. So oil goes through here, antifreeze goes through here. So this, like, I can't remember which is which, but one of these attaches to the water pump and the other goes to the lower radiator hose. So the problem with these is they are pretty notorious for failing on the inside, and then you have oil mixing with your antifreeze, which is a bad day if it fills your radiator and cooling system up with oil. Even worse day if you get coolant into your oil system. Now, I'll stick a link up here in the top for my 460 build, which is that guy right there behind the creeper, because that engine was fully milkshaked, and I showed you in that first video how to delete that oil cooler. How to delete that oil cooler if you're going to just stick the filter on the side of the block, which is what I've done on that one, because it's going in this truck, my 69 F100 that's getting a Crown Vic swap. Make sure you watch those videos. I'll stick that up here also. If you're keeping it in the truck though, in the old body style truck, you can't do that. The large FL1A oil filter or a Wix 51515 will not fit. It'll hit that cross member that goes under the engine. So we swapped it out to an older oil filter adapter from a bullnose truck, which I'll show you here. This is my junkyard fresh unit that I got, 80% cleaned up. Now you can add a cooler to one of these later. It has these two plugs here and here, which look like 3/8 probably NPT. So you could put a fitting in there to like an AN fitting and then run lines to an external oil cooler, an oil to air cooler. But this is what we're doing for now. So I got this off of a bullnose 86 or 85 probably, F250 with the 460, and it had no oil cooler. So this is the oil filter adapter for the block. Get the bolt with it as well. And then if this works, 21505 lower radiator hose. This is for a bullnose, and it should just go from the radiator right to the water pump. And this is the service kit for this. So it was only a couple bucks. New O-ring. It's not an oil filter O-ring, it's different. And then a fiber sealing washer that goes under the head of that guy. I've cleaned the bejesus out of this. It was all greasy. I'm going to blow it out with some air, get the old one off, and then we'll show you what we got. Okay, finishing up a tune-up on Big Red and hoping to take care of a drivability issue. Big Red has like 136,000 miles, and these are what I pulled out. Bosch Platinums. So they're not wore out, but they're definitely well used. And we also have a drivability issue. Now this truck does call for platinum plugs. That's what the P is there on the end of the Motorcraft part number. But those are different because they have a regular-ish platinum electrode in the funky crystal dome thing. And you can tell this, like, look at all the deposits on the ground strap. Like, that just doesn't look right. Platinums might be fine in this truck. Probably not these ones, though. And I don't remember if I actually had this issue when I was a tech on a customer's car or if it was just old guys telling me about it, but when these platinum plugs first came out and were starting to get popular, like late 90s, early 2000s, there was a lot of people supposedly putting them in older vehicles and having weird drivability issues just because the older engines just didn't like them for some reason. I don't know. I'm not saying they're bad plugs, Anyway, yeah, this is what we're going back with. Just some good old Autolite 25 copper core plugs. Checked the gap and anti-seized them. That side's already done, and I found one plug wire that wasn't totally snapped on all the way, so that might have been part of our issue. And while we're at it, I've done this a couple times. I've used this guy quite a bit, but I've never actually showed it to you guys. I was going to on the Mustang deal, but then we ended up pulling the heads off, so I didn't need to show you a bore scope video when we took the heads off and had a look with our own eyeballs in the cylinder. But anyway, this is the Depstec bore scope. And while the plugs are out on this side, we're going to have us a quick look at what kind of shape the cylinders are in. I also do colonoscopies on the side. Hit me up in the comments. Oh, settle down. I wipe it off first. Okay, there is the top of the piston. Wow. That is pretty dang clean for how many miles are on it. Don't know how good of a look I'm going to be able to get here, but there's the valves. And the underside of the head. Trying to get a look at the side of the cylinder wall, but it's really not cooperating. I tell you what, this is super difficult to do while holding this phone. This thing will take video. This thing will take video and screenshot. So I'll just crawl up there and do that, and then I'll add them in the video right here. Okay, so we got the front end of the OBS blowed off. Got to drop these down to get easy access to the headlights and get those out. You have to take the whole outside frame off to get at those. The headlights on these trucks are a real pain in the butt. You actually should pull out basically the header panel, and then there's little snap ring guys to get at from the backside. It's a pain, so I'm leaving those in. But Oxito LED sent me these LED lights, which are a drop-in replacement for like a 9007 bulb. 9007 HB5, that's what this truck has in it. And so we are going to give these a fair shake by polishing up and coating these headlights before we put them in, and doing a before and after, because as you can see, the headlights are a little faded. So gonna get these guys all cleaned up and clear coated with a ceramic coat kit that I bought. We'll bring you back when that's done, and we'll pull it in the dark in the storage unit and show you these bulbs, show you the other bulbs. And after. Ooh, shiny. Not perfect, not brand new, but pretty good for 20 years old. Okay, me and Roni are here at our top secret testing facility. Roni's gonna be the headlight man for me. So here is stock headlights. He found the knob. Here is stock headlights.
Whoa, it's green.
Actually not that bad.
Is that one more full back?
Nope. But you can kick the brights on. Hold on.
Is it the other
Whew. No. So the way we kick the brights on is this knob right here. Grab this.
What? Oh, this.
Push it forward. Okay. There's brights. Let me see what it looks like through here. Okay.
Looks
See the color and everything? That's high beams. Okay, I'll show you the easy one. They give you some nice little gloves with the kit that do not fit my American-sized hands. That's okay, we know what we're doing. Right, Roni? We're professional. So this is the easy one. I just moved this washer tank out of the way real quick. So you're gonna tug gently on this plug-in right there, and then reach down, see if I can get a view of it. Undo this collar right here by turning it counterclockwise, pull it out, and then grab the back of the bulb and wiggle and pull that out. Now that's a halogen bulb, and I'm thinking that's probably why they give you the gloves, because if you touch halogen bulbs, you get the oil from your fingers on them, and it'll make them actually burn out prematurely. Now these LEDs, I don't think that happens, but we're just not going to be a meathead, and we're only going to touch them on the plug end right here. So pretty cool kit, nice case. I already pre-tested this to make sure it would fit before I cleaned up the headlights and clear coated them, because if these wouldn't fit in here for some reason, I was gonna put them in my Mustang. So now this guy just goes in there in the same place. And then the collar, you probably can't see that, but the collar goes back on there just the way it did on the stock one, and then you just plug it in. Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy?
Lemon squeezy. Now, I can't show you the other side because I can't film and do that one because that one is a real bear. So we'll bring you back when we're testing. Big thanks to Oxito LED. Let's see how we did, Roni. Go give me a test run before we close the door. Whoa, those are bluish, purplish.
They're white.
Okay, show me the high beams.
Kick the brights on?
Yeah, kick the brights on. Did you push it forward?
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that. They make a noise. That's weird. There's a little fan on them probably for cooling. So let's close the door and take a look. Okay, hold on.
Trying to find it. Found it.
You got your hand on the switch?
Yeah, I can barely even see the hood.
Okay, well don't pull it yet.
Hey, you
Let
scared
me
me.
get this in here. Okay, turn them on. It's definitely a more pure white bright light.
I want to take the bright.
Okay, kick the brights on. Okay, lows. Nice. Go ahead and put the brights on. So there you go. Like I said, I kind of restored the headlights because I wanted to give these a fair shake. I didn't want to compare them through yellowed lenses. It's definitely a brighter white, more pure white beam instead of yellow. Okay, now what's left is to tow this 27-foot bumper tow camper up the legendary 14A in Wyoming, Highway 14A. So the video will be a lot better if you've watched my previous driving videos. We actually have an action camera, not a GoPro, but a NoPro or some kind of knockoff mounted to the windshield. So it's a lot more steady and clear, and it's just a lot better video. So I sped it up and put some good music on there, so there will be some epic views of Wyoming scenery going up the Bighorn Mountains on 14A. 14A is, if you're not familiar, is basically like the Pikes Peak of camper towing. So in a few miles, it gains elevation about 5,500 feet. So you can imagine they're basically long highway switchbacks and 10% grades. So here we are leaving Lovell, Wyoming and heading up 14A. Thanks for watching. Grades, I think. I don't know what that is in angles, but it's steep. Like cars unloaded struggle to go up this and overheat. So, and we've got probably about 7,500 pounds worth of camper behind us. 4 people, dogs, generator, tools, gas in the bed. So, I mean, this is a test. And I have pulled this same camper with my white Super Duty, my 2012, so we'll see how this does. Here we go. actually stuck behind a newer Dodge who was pulling a similar sized camper, which it's a gas truck. I can tell by if it was a diesel, we wouldn't be stuck behind it. But it's probably a Hemi, and quad cab newer Hemi, and he is holding us up seriously. So not doing bad. Temp's staying good. I've had to pull it down into first gear a couple times. We would probably be in second gear floored right now, going a little faster if this guy wasn't in our way. So, of course, he's in a Dodge, so his transmission is probably slipping and on its way to failing. So, we'll see if we can push him up the mountain when his transmission blows. But this, try to hold it, looking out the front, Bryce, try to hold it level. You know what I mean? So you can get an idea of how steep this is. This pickup's actually doing a lot better than I thought it would. Hear that clutch fan just a sing.
How low is the truck with
Is that a firefighter truck? Was that Scotty?
It's really steep.
Like Dodge did here should seriously pull off and let some people go past. Because look at this is what we're about to go up.
Oh wow. It's hard to see that.
Oh.
Rolling.
Yeah.
I've never stopped and looked at this. Have you?